I didn't even know this skill was even being worked on because I was believing in myself. I was believing in myself. Why is it that information changes lives? Is because you have to be patient to learn what you need to become, who you need to become. See, we can't change with the thought, yet we can change with the action and the thought, because the thought is the belief and the action is taking daily steps, daily progression, daily progress. Why? Because we develop the skill of delayed gratification. And delayed gratification is another word of patience. Patience is going to come when we accept the journey that we are on. See, here's the thing about patience. It can be developed as soon as we make our mind up to start. Hold on. We can develop patience as soon as we make our mind up to start. Why? Because oftentimes we're so comfortable to even be embarrassed. The embarrassment comes from us putting ourselves out there. It comes from us not knowing how to do everything correctly. What do you mean? The reason why knowledge changes lives is because the life has to be dedicated for his or her craft. And when I understood that recently, not 2.5 years ago, recently I've learned that I'm on the right path, because the path is rewarding my journey. My path is rewarding my patience. My path is rewarding my effort. Why? Because I have the knowledge. The knowledge changes lives because I'm understanding how to change my life. I just can't read no quote. And the quote was amazing, because I'm going to read the quote again. Patience and perseverance. A magical effect where difficulties disappear and obstacles vanish. See, the difficulties and the obstacles was me not knowing how to properly do a skill, because the skill that I needed to learn, I didn't even know it was being developed. I needed to become patient. I needed to learn how to delay my gratification, not to have it overnight, because nothing comes overnight. Just it matches your effort. If I'm not putting in effort today, why should I get rewarded? If I'm not putting effort in today, why should I have gratification? See, a skill that patience was being developed because it taught me how to be more strategic. It taught me how to be more strategic by taking more action. Taking more action is giving me more lessons because I became more patient. And when I understood that everything goes hand in hand, the hand-to-hand effect is me believing and me taking action. That's where patience is developed. That's where patience is developed. Because if we don't have time or belief within ourselves, knowledge is not going to change our life, because we don't understand how to accept and implement what we're learning. That's why it's so important to understand information changes lives if what we're learning is implemented, if it's tried, if it's attempted. Why? Because we have to try to learn to grow and learn how to be patient. Excuse me. The next point I want to hit on is the magical effect. And the reason why I want to hit on the magical effect is because it's like a snowball effect that happens when we understand why knowledge changes lives. Now, what does that even mean? A snowball effect. So when I started back in August of 2020, I've been learning more and more. It taught me that progress is making when I decide to take action. See, not only did I start in 2020, it taught me how to be comfortable with this camera. It taught me how to be comfortable with my voice. It taught me how to be comfortable learning a new skill. See, learning a new skill, we have to be open to learning information that we ain't never heard of before. See, who said this? John Quincy Adams. I didn't even know who the man was. But I looked up the quote, and the quote was so empowering. I wanted to make the video about it. Not today, but I'm talking about August 1st of 2021. Why is that? Everything that we're doing has a snowball effect behind it. I had to learn the action that I was taking in August 2020. It wasn't wasted because it was me learning a new skill. I had to learn how to talk to the camera. I had to learn how to build my sentences up to be a better communicator. See, as I'm becoming a better communicator, it all came from when I started. It all came from learning a new skill when the skill has never been developed within me. Yes, I have heard it. Yes, I've heard of it, but I didn't understand it. See, that's what many of us do. We hear the knowledge, but we're not ready to understand it because we haven't accepted it yet. We haven't accepted it because it haven't got planted in our mind. We don't believe that we can change our lives with this information because the information is so far-fetched, it's so unfamiliar, it's so foreign to us. We're not trying a new skill because a new skill will help us develop more. Why is it so important? Because the magical effect is saying just because you're not seeing no results today doesn't mean you're not doing nothing great. Just because you're not seeing the positive gratification that you would like to see does not mean you are on the right path. Does not mean you are on the wrong path. Does not mean that your effort is going unnoticed. Why? Because we have to understand that knowledge changes lives once we believe and implement what we learned. I remember taking a test in college, precisely the one in biology. Okay, the teacher was teaching, but I wasn't understanding what he was talking about. Even though I was taking notes, that message that he was delivering about the notes and what was in the book and what was going to be in the test, I still failed it. Why? Because I wasn't ready to understand that information. I wasn't ready to grab hold of it and run with it and implement it in my life because what he was saying to me was so confusing. What he was delivering to me didn't resonate with me because it was so unfamiliar with me. It was so unfamiliar because I never just really sat down and learned anything about, what was it, biology, I think it was. I'd never been a science person. Just because I didn't like science doesn't mean I shouldn't learn it. Does it? Since I didn't like science, does that mean I shouldn't learn the subject? That's why I failed the course, because the information he was giving, I just wasn't understanding. So I failed the test. I failed the test because I didn't understand how to ask the right questions. I didn't understand that this knowledge was helping me learn more about science when science is the study of life. See, that's the thing about everything that we're doing. Everything is a timing thing. I have to have patience to be able to fail. I have to have patience. I remember we took 6 different tests and I failed all of them. I'm like, why can I not get this right? Why can't I get this right? Oh, I know why I can't get it right. Because I'm not asking questions. I'm not ready for the information that's being presented to me because I'm not good at it. Since I'm not good at it, I'm not going to even try. Since I'm not good at it, I'm not going to even attempt to get better. That's when I learned that when I fail, it's because of me. It's not because of, okay, correction. Me failing is because of me, because I didn't study the right material. He gave the information to us. Furthermore, the information that I studied caused me to fail. Why? Because I wasn't ready for that information. I wasn't ready to pass the test because the exam was so hard. That's the thing about life. Many of us are not ready to pass what's being right in front of us because we don't understand it. We don't understand it, nor are we asking questions to get more clarification on the subject. The subject at hand is understanding why knowledge changes lives, because when we believe, now we believe we can be embarrassed. We believe we can ask the correct questions. We believe we can be better than this.